Hi and welcome to Polly Puts the Colour On. This is just going to be a quick little video giving you a bit of an update about my Kofi store, Kofi channel. Don't quite know what the correct terminology is, but obviously I've been including it in, linked in my description for my last few videos, and I hadn't had time to get anything actually up on there, but I actually have now. So if you go onto my Kofi, you can see a few colour combinations. So I thought I'd share them with you, show you the pages that they're from, and talk to you a little bit about them. Now, I don't always write down what colours I use. Quite often I'll just kind of wing it and, hope for the best. Might have a colour palette I'm working from, but I don't normally write down what I'm using. The exception to that is books where there's a character that's repeated throughout it. So obviously in Leon's Journey, there's a few characters repeated through. In this book, there's a few characters, and also in the polar bear one, there's a few characters. So I have written down the colours, so I thought, well, they might be useful for other people. They are available for free to download. Obviously, if you want to give a little donation, that would be very much appreciated, but please don't feel that you need to. So the first one that I thought I'd share with you is for Leon himself. So I've used these French greys from the Prismacolors here on him. So it's the darkest one I used kind of on the stripe areas, working out to the lightest colours. So just 4 of the French greys, and then for the pink parts of the ears, the nose, the tongue, and all the pink paw pads, I've used these 2 pink colours there from the Prismacolors. So when you download it on my Kofi, this is what it'll look like, and then here there will be a little image from this on there. By no means, is that trying to I don't know what the correct word is, but to do any harm against Kanoko Agisu or any of the other artists. I've kind of looked at it that it's the same as like when I share my pictures on Instagram. They're there. People can obviously screenshot them, and and could be doing whatever with it. That's why they're available for free. Because I don't want to feel like I'm selling anybody's artwork, but it is just to share my colour combinations. So in this book, there's 4 characters. Let me just get this moved over. So we've got Bicket the cat, Blanket the stoat, the 3 little birds, and then Polka the donkey. So I'll start out with the shortest one. So for the birds, again, these were Prismacolors. Just use those 3 colours there, going from dark through to the light, and then just a black gel pen to kind of add back in the eyes and the beaks, because with the darker colours, kind of lost a lot of that line work. Again, down there, there'll be a little screenshot of those. Then I've got much bigger combination here for Bicket the cat. Some of the colours are for the actual cat, and then some are for their outfit. So you can see for the cheeks, just got that colour. The pinks for the ears and the mouth is just that pink. For the fur, used a blend of 3 colours. Again, you can see I've used the darkest colours kind of on like the stripes, working through to the lightest colours. Got colours for the little scarf and the boots. The buttons on the jacket, just use a gold glitter gel pen, and then the jacket, I use those 3 colours. They blended a lot better on the paper in the book than they have on the swatch chart, I must admit, because this paper was great to print on, but it's not been as good for colouring, but that is definitely the same colours. And then we've got the colours for this little character. So again, colours for the ears and the cheeks, tips of the ears, 2 colours for the actual fur, and then I've got colour for their little scarf as well. Again, all Prismacolors. So even if you don't have Prismacolors, obviously you can match them against different pencil sets, can't you? And then I've got some colours recorded for Polka the donkey. So again, colour for the ears and the cheek, 2 colours for the fur, the hooves, just use that colour, and then again the scarf colour. The scarf colour actually for both Blanket and Polka, I did exactly the same because I thought it'd be nice to have them matching. So that was the ones that I've done from this book. And then in the Polar Bear Adventure Cruise one, obviously there is a few repeated characters. And the one that I've got up on my Kofi is for the polar bear. Now, I did actually use basically the same colours for the seagull and the rabbit as well. Obviously, they're so small, you can't actually really see the colours all that well, but I did use, basically just took all those colours from there. Now, this time I didn't use Prismacolors, I used Black Widows, with the details being a lot finer. I thought if I use my Prismacolors, I'm going to end up going massively over the lines. So I used my Black Widows on these ones, with them holding their point a lot better. So you can see I use those colours there for the blue of the jacket, those colours there for like their necktie scarf thing, that colour for like the mouth, the ears and the cheeks, and then I just used one grey just to add a tiny bit of shading in on the fur and also on the white part of the shirt. Only added a tiny little bit, did leave it mostly with the paper. So that's all the colour combinations I've got on my Kofi at the minute. As I make a note of other things, you know, it might be sometimes I use alcohol markers in a book and I might make a note of those. I will add them onto Kofi and they will always be for free. So even if you're not interested in any of these ones, it might be worth going on there, clicking a follow, because then I believe you should get an email to update you whenever I upload anything extra. And obviously they might be things that you're interested in. So thank you for taking the time to listen to me talking about my Kofi. You can also just go on there and give a donation. You know, I set that up because it was on there, but I'm, you know, really not expecting anybody to do anything like that. You know, but it is obviously in there. But then I think the shop part, I think it shows underneath. But if you've experienced on Kofi, you know, yeah, you'll know what I'm on about when I say that you can go on and download them and then print them. So thank you for watching. Obviously, subscribe, click like, drop me a comment down below. You know, do you like making notes of your colour combinations to reuse in the future? It'd be nice to hear from you. So take care, everyone, and I'll catch you in the next one.